Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Yeah, Richardson will throw to start out here. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. But you look at this Bronco defense.
Yeah, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Nix to the air. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Back to the air with Nix. He'll get that complete to Vele. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw, here's Nix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with a rookie from UCLA.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Will Lutz on for the point after.
And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. How about this starting field position? First and goal from 2 yards out. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crash.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Richardson working from the gun. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Richardson. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Second down and 4. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This is caught by Tucker. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Second and goal from the 1. QB sneak, Richardson. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Anthony Richardson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Raiders are back within a score.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six, and I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Now for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, head to 60, head to 60.
Throwing Nix. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The Broncos at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Now it's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Here's Nix. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Richardson looking to throw this. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Christian Watson, 49 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14.
14.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
And they're on the 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a gain of 5.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw is Nix. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This will be taken at the 10. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Richardson. Over the middle, complete. It's Bowers. Look at the big fella go. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, 69 yards. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fights forward at the 20. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Nix. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready? 19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
Now Richardson back to throw it. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down, Las Vegas.
60 back. 70. 70 ring. 70 ring.
Here's Richardson to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now it's Richardson. This is Smith with a grab. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Track at 60. 79 Broncos.
Back to throw again. He's going to air one out. That is incomplete.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
Let's go now. 18 left. 18 left. Let's go.
Now Richardson yet again. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
7 Pirates. Buffalo 18.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Smith catches left side. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Throwing again on second down. Richardson. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
14.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Broncos 14.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Operating from the gun, Nix. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
This is taken around the 12. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Off play action, Richardson. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's to Bowers once again. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now 2nd and 9.
19 tight. Let's go. 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw. Richardson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Smith, 40 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnover.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
With that one, anything but a frozen rope to the outside, and it winds up an interception.
And these are the ones you hope for as a defender because he's got clear sailing in front of him to return this one a long way. And he sets his guys up in good shape with a terrific return.
60 Ready.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
He's going to let this one go deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Going for it on fourth, Richardson. Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's third of the game. Picked off by Riley Moss. And the Broncos are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Nix to the air.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. So 5 yards here. 5 on the play. And it's second down.
To throw, here's Nix.
And he rifles one incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know, what do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
They're going. It's Nix.
And now here is another interception.
Inside the 20.
And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber?
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
Brock Bowers
with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Raiders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive, they had the issue.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Nix from the shotgun. And that'll be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver. Looking to throw. Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Nix looking to throw again. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Now Richardson. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
18, Pioneer. Panther 11.
Richardson to throw off play action. Rolling to his right. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Richardson looking to throw this. Here's a diving catch right side. Now look at this. 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Richardson looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now it's Nix. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Kamara is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Again, Kamara. And this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Here's Richardson to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Vegas. 41 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Now it's Richardson. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Now a 2nd and 10. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point attempt to come here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Broncos 21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And my goodness, another interception. And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Richardson working from the gun. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Richardson. And that is incomplete. Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run with it.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making it. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Richardson throwing to start the drive. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Operating from the gun, Richardson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Hawk 70, Hawk 18, Pioneer. Panther 11, Panther 11. Warrior 70. Ready.
On 2nd and 10, Richardson airing it out deep for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Back to the air with Richardson.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Look at the big man rumble. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire.